How rigid is your reselling schedule? Good morning, everybody. My name is Tim, and I'm a full-time eBayer out of Northwest Montana. We do over $200,000 a year in sales on eBay and Amazon, selling things from garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, you name it, we're buying and selling. And on this channel, I pack my orders daily, live, Monday through Thursday, 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and we chat about things going on in the reselling world, topics in the reselling community, questions, anything reselling related that the chat wants to go, or I just babble about a topic as I pack my orders. And today I'm reflecting a little bit on schedules. So I'm a very scheduled person, and I'm curious, how is your schedule out there? So anyway, we're going to get these orders packed up, and we start with, oh goodness, I got to get my screens all in the right spot because it's early and I just took my kids over to school, and I'm getting my reselling head screwed on straight. There we go. So we've got $600 worth. Pull that up there. 15 orders for a little over $600 worth of sales today. So pretty average on the sales dollars number, and a little bit more than we usually do 12 a day. So let's get these started right away. I did pre-pull a lot of these just because I had a little time to get these done this morning, so it'll be faster to pull them. First one up is Hour of Thunder, Latter-day Saints audio book. I don't know. We scanned it. It showed it was good, and I don't love. I don't do CDs on Amazon. I will do. I do my books on Amazon, and I'm ungated in DVDs, but I haven't started messing with the CD world yet. Maybe that'll be down the line. But anyway, I got 10 bucks out of this guy. I believe it was just a bins throw-in. I've sold these before. It's a whole series, and each one gets in that $10 to $15 range. We'll go in a bubble mailer. We'll get some people in the chat here soon, I'm hoping. It was popping yesterday. Yesterday was a really good day. I appreciate everyone who did come in. If you're catching the replay and you maybe didn't make it today, I'd always appreciate when people can join in the lives. It gives a little bit, it gives me some encouragement. It gives some fun times you can chat about things more than maybe just what's going on. But if you're catching this live, chime in the chat, let me know. If you're catching on the replay, throw a comment and let me know. What kind of reseller are you when it comes to your schedule? So I think one of the most freeing things about what we do, whether you're full-time, whether you're part-time, whether you just do this on the side for a little extra cash, we have complete control over our schedules and what we do. And that can be both a blessing and a curse. So are you a scheduled person, or would people consider you more of a free spirit? Good morning, Artie Mike. Good to have you in here. I appreciate you shouting out that, that interview the other day. It was good to know. I think it was you that shouted out the interview that Justin Resells did. I did get to catch it. It was really well done, and I did watch his follow-up on it. So thanks for mentioning that with the GameStop Ryan Cohen. All right, get this printed out there. This is Arctic Cat annual. Anytime you see these manuals for something that's not just the Chilton or Haynes, although those can be good for like the cars. The more obscure things, boats, wave runners, or for in this case, snowmobiles, that kind of thing can always be good. We got 18 bucks for it. I think they paid full price. And you know, we're never in media for more than $1 or so, you know, at the most. Let's see. Oh yeah, I did pull all these beforehand. Get this guy here, get in a bubble. I think that that's probably one of the more enticing things about this job, is the fact that it's so free. And I think that's the enticing thing, that a lot of people can be like, they can fall into that social media trap. They can see that, you know, escape the 9 to 5, get out of the grind, this, that, and the other. And the reality is that it's more of a grind than I think most people realize. And for me, at least, I like to have that schedule, and I think a schedule, people who are more scheduled can sometimes find a little bit more success. Get the corners taped up here. And there we go. But I will say, a lot of people I meet, a lot of people in the reselling world are more of the free spirit. They do this because they have total flexibility. You know, sleeping until 11 o'clock, you know, rolling out of bed, doing what they want to do. Maybe they're night owls. They have that, you know, they're not as structured as other people. And so, you know, the entrepreneurial life suits them because they like to have that extra freedom. For me, it's never been the case. I've always been called a robot. I like to do the same thing every day. I like to have that schedule. I need that structure in my life, and I think it's brought me a lot of success. Western Welder men's quilted vest. This is part of that buyout we did. We got an offer for 40 bucks on it, and we took it. So our buy cost on these is anywhere from $10 to $20. It was more like a retail arbitrage kind of a deal than an actual lower cost buyout. So just bread and butter. Let's go find, this is the medium one. I think I had 3 of the vests. And snap button medium and the khakis. That'll be right there. We'll throw this guy in a bag. I like to snap a few of the buttons just to make sure that they stay together. I give that a quick trim. It's because it's got a loose string. There we go. And get that all together. So coming from the teaching profession, I've always had to be very scheduled. And I think that I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it till the day I die. I think that teachers and nurses work ridiculously hard jobs that are structured and scheduled, and they have no downtime, and they're always moving, and they're always, on to the next patient, on to the next class, on the next whatever. And so I think that served me well, because, and to keep a schedule and to be consistent and do the same thing every day. I mean, shoot, I show up to this thing every day at 8 o'clock. So haven't missed a day yet. Well, I missed one day because of an estate sale, but haven't missed a time frame yet on this guy. And I think that comes from that educational background, because, when kids are coming to your room and that bell rings, if you're not in there, it'll get messy quick. So teachers know how to be scheduled. Teachers know how to be ready for anything. And I think when I look at the world at whole, I don't think it transfers very well. Like people in like regular jobs, I don't know. This is me getting ranty about teachers, but they don't understand a teacher's lifestyle. They don't understand that, like, no, I can't step out for 5 minutes and talk to you on the phone, because Johnny might just kill somebody. Like it doesn't work the same way. Go to the bathroom? Are you kidding? You can't make it to the bathroom. Like, I got the 2-minute window when they're transferring classes to get to my class. Like, I can run there. I'll lock my door so they're stuck on the outside, try to get to the bathroom, and then make it back to my room. And teachers just have to be the most punctual, most scheduled people, 13 by 10 by 6 you've probably ever met. And 2 pounds. And so doing that, being in the classroom for that long, oh man, shipping pricey. We're still good. We lost about $1 on shipping, but being in that world and always being on that rigid schedule has really served me well. It's part of me, part of who I am, and I've always been that way, to be such a scheduled person. So my days look pretty much the same every single day. And it looks a little different in the summer than it does in the winter, but it's pretty much the same routine day in and day out, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I do have the flexibility to change it when I want to, but I usually. All right, Alaska and Klondike Goldfields. Harris, it's got some illustrations. It's just a cool old book. This one's borderline for me. I don't know if I should throw this in a box. It is an old book, and so it might not love the box. Let me see. I want to see what the binding's like. But usually 30 is about my cutoff. Usually around 40 bucks, I'm putting them in boxes. Where's my book? There it is. Let's see. Yeah, I'm fine putting this one. It's rigid enough. I'm fine putting it into just a bubble mailer, even though it's an older book, a little more beat up. If it was less than 30, it would no doubt go in the bubble mailer. Alaska books are still hitting, and I'm like, so I did finish every single Alaska book. So anybody out there that I've been saying I should get them done, I finished every single one that has a definite price point. And the rest of them are just like made up prices. I'm looking at, I got like 20 books in there that I just have to put up, and guess a price, and so that's always hard. But I've got buckets, and we'll just do reduction sales over time, and then we'll eventually sell. We got 3 pounds on the Alaska Klondike, so we'll a little bit because we calculate them all at 2. Media mail heading up to Anchorage. Very cool. Shipping more packages to Alaska than I've ever done in my life. It's been great. I actually had to go in for a buyer. I had to turn on Alaska as a shipping option because I actually keep it off. I keep Alaska off usually because what ends up happening, it just gets outlandish on the shipping cost. And then I get messages like, why is it so high? It's like, I just don't even want to deal with it. I usually keep it off. But then for media, what they'll do is they'll try to send it to a PO box, which I disabled, and then now Alaska wants it back on because some of them, that's like all they have out there is just like a PO box. And so I keep PO boxes off because what ends up happening is people will see like they buy like a 40 pound thing of books, and then they'll choose like UPS as an option going to a medium PO box. It's like, no guys, you can't do that. So I just turned it off. I did just turn it on recently because of all the Alaska sales, and I guess there's people out there that are in the middle of nowhere that just have a PO box as an address. Anyway, enough of that rant. We got some North Face. These are cool. So anytime you see like the micro puff stuff, this on vests or on jackets is really good. When you see it on the shoes, also really good. The North Face, the Patagonia, all great to pick up for this. I think I need my slightly bigger bags. For these guys in the bag. We took an offer to show up. Nah, 25 bucks. We took an offer for 25. And you know, we pay $5-10 for these at yard sales. These might have been at bins, I forget. Which in that case it's like $2. Out of here today. So yeah, even though these are the thermo ball winter, we're entering summer. It all still sells. It's going to be cold somewhere. So just I keep it all listed. I think I just got another offer on a Carhartt this morning too. A couple $100. See if they actually pay. Guy in there also. Beautiful. So my schedule is the same every single day. And I've grown to love this packing portion of my day just because I get to hang out with a lot of cool people and talk about a lot of things in the reselling world. It's been more than just monotonous packing every morning, but it's relaxing for me. Listing for me is actually a little bit relaxing, and so is packing up the orders because I don't have to think. I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to, worry about anything other than just these packages have to go out. And it's right there. Almost cathartic. It's a nice time for me in the mornings. So my day usually starts out with coming in here. I prep the stream. I pull some orders. I do cleaning up around here, which honestly, when I say cleaning up, it needs a lot more work than what's been going on. We're pretty messy in here right now, but I kind of get everything ready for the day. And then if I have time, I'll get a few listings up, a few photos done. I usually get the kids off to school. Oh, we ran out of tape. Then I come back in here. We do our morning packs. Immediately after this, we're heading to the post office, heading to the bins. I like to hit the bins up every single day since they opened in my area. It's been pretty good for me. Get back from that, and it's immediately into listing. Get as much as we can done before lunch. Do a little lunch. Go immediately back into listing and any customer issues, and then we're picking the kids up and going to do real life stuff. Same old, day after day, and I love it. I love it. I love predictability. I love schedule. I love structure. But that's me. That's not everybody in the reselling world. That's not everybody too with the entrepreneurial spirit. Some people are more free spirit in this kind of thing, and they like the fact that they can slot it in anywhere they like. And I don't get me wrong. If you don't bend, you're gonna break. But I love having structure. All right, let's move this on here. 12 by 10 by 5. 2 pounds. Oh, wrong button. I gotta go back into the page. 12 by 10 by 5. And man, we're winning on shipping. Oh, it's going to California. California is a good region for me, being in the West. Although being in my area is like a big bowl, and so my zones are a little bit higher, but California is usually not too bad. $9, or no, $8 to get that guy shipped out. $8.50. One more piece of tape on that corner. I've started charging $12.95 for any shoes and boots because, man, the shipping has gone up. But people are still paying it. You know, people just offer where they can and still making money. Among the Indians of Alaska. Got some more Alaska going out. Another cool old title. They changed the order page. Like now it used to show me all the numbers. Now it's just showing me the flat dollar amount that they offered. That's weird. Check on that. Pull this guy. $26 offer. Heading out. Don't know the buy cost. Well, the buy cost is irrelevant at this point because we're well into the thousands now with the Alaska buyout. For a $300 purchase of a storage unit. Not a blind buy, though. It was a storage unit of a family that needed to get these books out. And they were one step away from just... Actually, they already taken loads to the thrift store, which was so disheartening to me when I was talking to them about these. You know, they say like, oh, yeah, we've already done a couple truckloads to the thrift store. No! But, oh, well. We got 6 truckloads. We were all right. That label there. Out the door. I also believe in consistency. I believe in consistency of doing the same thing every day to get the same result every day. For me, for listing, I have a goal of 12 every single day. And I take that as an average. So some days I'll do 30. Some days I'll do a couple. Some days I'll do none. Some days I'll rock out 100. But it averages out to 12. You know, and even though it's inconsistent how I get them up, it's consistent on the average. Some people like to save them in drafts, and some people like to do it like that, and then they can, you know, parse it out. But for me, I've never. If I've got it listed, ready to list, I like to just get it out there. The St. John Mules. Let's get a box for these guys. 12 by 10 by 4 on the box. And because these are nice fashion lady shoes, they are going in a box. If they were like boots or something else, they would definitely just be going in a bag at this price point. But we gotta make these nice. So the St. John is like always good. Pretty much anything St. John's is gonna be fine. Made in Italy. This style and really like any other shoe, any other brand, I'm really not picking this style up. It's weird. It does have like that MCM kind of feel, I suppose. I don't know. But like just because it's St. John, we're picking them up. These I got at a basement sale, an estate sale, in the basement for $5. Picked up a bunch of old shoes from them of the same St. John's. Ollies was another one we got a bunch of. Few random Christmassy ones. But I picked up all their St. John's. It was like 4 or 5 pairs. That was an insane sale. They had a lot of stuff with that one. It says St. John. I'm just going to pick it up. Some of the clothing can be ridiculous in this brand. All right. We'll get us some nice bubble. Guys go in there. Oh. Crush all the way around it. Now, I will say there's resellers out there that I know that complain about their results, and they've talked to me before in person, like, have you noticed this? Have you noticed this? And my question, You know, like I'm getting so slow sales. It's like, okay, how many listings have you put up over the last month? And you know, we're sitting on a store of what? I think I have 1,800 items in my store, and we sit around 1,300 sold. Let me check my 90-day. I haven't checked that in a while. Oh, sweet. We just sold a $68 book. Okay. We'll probably save that for the next stream. What is our sold? 1,800 and 1,200. So that's close. 1,800 active, 1,200 sold. They'll be like, well, how many of you listed last week? Oh, I've, you know, put 10 things up or whatever. And maybe they have 200 items in their store, and they're just, guys, it's consistency. It's compounding over time. It's getting, you know, not immediate results. And so that having that consistent lifestyle, having the consistent listings going up every single day, doing the same boring thing every single day, will eventually see results in your store. Although it is, you know, we quickly can look at it on a day-by-day basis and quickly can get frustrated when, you know, maybe you've had this item listed for a couple weeks and you know it's a good one, and you get these lowball offers, but really just consistently put more stuff up and the offers will come in. We got Ariat boots. Women's Ariats. I don't pick the women's up as much as I used to. I guess these are still good. I got 25 bucks out of them. And, you know, even if we're in $5 at a yard sale or something, like that's not bad. 5 into 25. So I have slowed down on picking up the Ariat women's, but maybe I need to pick it up. So yeah, looking at this at the order details screen in the shipping page does look different. It used to like break down everything the buyer paid. Now it just says $25. And then it gives the order value at the bottom. I don't know if that's just a fluke on my end or if they changed something. eBay's system. Here they are. We got some good workwear on them. I think we're gonna try the smaller envelope. I might have to get a different envelope for these guys right here. Guys out of here. Ugh. I'll tell you what, being consistent is a drag, especially when you're working 60-hour weeks. I wouldn't mind a day off. I did take a day off just last Sunday. Maybe you caught the video. I was able to make it up to the park. It was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous out there on Mother's Day, and took that much needed break. And in my schedule, I do like to take Sundays off. I try to give one day that nothing reselling related, nothing business related can happen. And I might still take an offer here and there, but for the most part, I take Sundays 100% off of the business, with the stipulation, though, of course, that we got to be flexible. If there is a monster estate sale running on a Sunday, even though I have a schedule that I like to, you know, give that one day to the family, like, come on, we can make a few $1,000s in a couple hours, getting this estate sale up. Like, that's what we got to do. Or if there's a marketplace deal that's like life-changing, that's going to make, you know, or not even life-changing, like it's going to be a few $100 for like 10 minutes of work, I will probably say, hey guys, go grab this. We're not going to process it. We're not going to list it. But I have that ability to be a little bit flexible even on the days that are off, if the opportunity arises. 12 by 9 by 5 and 3 pounds. I'm really curious to see the comments on these ones because I think there's so many different personality traits in reselling. I think some people come into this and they think it's just going to be the most flexible thing in the world, and you know, maybe it works for them. Maybe they don't need a lot of money. Maybe they just, you know, like some people who have been chiming in who are, you know, retired, just getting a little bit of money on the side. That's the joy, right? You don't need a schedule. You don't need to be rigid like I do, you know, day in, day out, doing the exact same thing. That flexibility is good. But you know, some people, like they thrive on it. They thrive on, like they have to be consistent every single day, do the exact same thing every single day, and that's part of what they love about it. Let's see. This one is a multi-order. We have 3 books going to the same person, and I do believe that we combined shipping for them already. We already invoiced them, so it's just one label. Postmark of Territorial Alaska, Armed Forces of Alaska, and the Postmasters and Post Offices of Alaska. So if you notice the theme with all these books, I gravitate, and the money gravitates towards the nonfiction. Like, honestly, that's where the money's at. I was with my kid at the bins just the other day. We stopped in the afternoon. I had to get my daughter a stuffy because she earned a stuffy. And in my family, I'm a proponent of bribery. All right, where's my 12 by 10 by 4? I am a proponent of bribery, and he was having some struggles with the spelling test, and I said, you know what? For every spelling test you can ace, get 100%. We'll go to the discount store, and you can pick out a stuffy. As the parents out there know, it has nothing to do with the money to buy the stuffy, but it has everything to do with the encroaching army of stuffies that is now on her bed. So he has taken up to the task, and I'll tell you what, it's amazing how a little bit of incentive, a little bit of motivation can turn it around, because immediately we were getting perfect scores. And so now every time she gets that perfect score, she comes home very excited that we're going to hit up the thrift, and we're going to get that stuffy for her. And so she got a couple this week because we were behind on one of the tests that I had owed her for. And she picked that stuffy out. And then my son, who is like, one day he found a $200 jacket in there, and ever since he's been hooked. Like, he's going around trying to figure out, okay, what's worth money, what's not worth money, this, that, and the other. And we talked a lot about books. Anyway, all that to say, the nonfiction is where the money's at. And I had that conversation with him. And so now he'll pull up all the nonfiction books. He's trying to find the good ones. He'll go through the jackets, try to find the cash in the pockets. And, yesterday he got me a little Carhartt. That was pretty great. And lately he's been looking at the books. And so he pulled out this book at the bins. I was about to leave. I thought I had hit every single book. It's a little pamphlet. It's a little pamphlet like that big. It's about skiing. I say, let's give that guy a quick look up. So I throw it into Terapeak, $80. My kid pulled an $80 book. Now, will it actually sell for $80? I have no idea. It's a very obscure title, a very obscure, book about skiing. And I showed him, and I said, don't get excited, because sometimes, one day a book can sell for $80, the next day it could be like $10.95. It's just kind of the way the book market is. It just depends on who's looking for it at what time. And so I said, we're going to list it high. We put it at $120. A book about skiing. And we'll see what happens. But all that to say, nonfiction, that's where the money's at. All right, this person wanted, it is not going to Alaska. Let's check the other services out. They combined it for media mail shipping, and we invoiced them for that, and everything's good. So 5 pounds, 12 by 10 by 4. And get that out there. They saved a bunch of money on the shipping by combining them. So that was great for them. And they paid full price. This person did not, they just wanted an invoice for the combined shipping. They didn't even want to haggle on the prices. Which, I shouldn't tell them this, but yes, I would have actually done both. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 packages in today, friends. That means got 5 more, although it's only going to be a couple packages because these are going to be combined. Oops. Roll that up. I messed up my window there for a second. Looking and Seeing Poems and Song Lyrics by Harry Chapin, drawings by Rob White. This is a signed, illustrated little book. This one's like a little pamphlet. Like, it's not even that big. It's very unassuming. I believe this was in the same Alaska buyout. I've lost track at this point. If it's doesn't say Alaska, I have no idea where it came from, because now it's all just in the gumbo at this point. $50. This guy sent a message. He said, "What's your lowest price?" on a $60 book. it was listed for $60. Like, what's your lowest price? And my answer to that is always the same thing: send an offer, send an offer, send an offer, send offer, send offer. I just say I don't say anything other than that. I just say send offer. And then, you know, sometimes they just go away, which is whatever. They probably weren't serious in the first place. And sometimes you get an offer, and you know, I am constantly sending out 15% offers. I would have normally sent out $9 off on this $60 book, and he wanted $10 off, so I guess we can do it. I'm making the deals. I'm taking the offers. I want to move this stuff. I don't want to store it anymore. Really excited. You've been putting up a lot of good stuff. It's going to be a very cool Q4. This is where it starts, right? Q4, I think, is going to be popping around here with everything we've gotten up. And this year has been better than I've ever had in my eBay history. Combine that with garage sales have been kicking. I think it's going to be a great year. I'm very excited. All right. That in there. I'll go in. Go by 10 by 4. If you're chiming in for the first time, if you're hanging out in the chat and I don't know you're here, throw me something in the chat. It's always great to know who's hanging out. Looking at the analytics afterwards, we always have a lot of people creeping. And a lot of people are catching this on the replay as like a podcast kind of a thing. So hello, if you're out there. Thanks for chiming in and seeing what we're buying. But feel free to stop in, wake up early one morning, get your coffee and hang out. I'd love to know who's out there and hear what's going on in your reseller. All right, we've got some more Western Welder from the buyout. Now, I did take offers on these. I really didn't want to get below $35 a shirt because, frankly, we paid up. I always pay up for these, but I always do okay. So we took offers at $30 for each of these. So all of these non-fire resist ones, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. So we'll get these guys out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to double check the SKUs, but I did pull these ahead of time. I just want to make sure my SKUs are right. And we'll need a 12 by 10 by 8 is probably what they'll go in. Box them all up here nice. All right, I think they'll fit in this. Otherwise, I got a couple bigger ones over there. That'll work just fine. And they're pre-bagged from storage. Fit? Can you fit? It's going to be tight. We're going to try it, though. Okay. Let me double check these SKUs before I ship these out. Three. There it is. That's 3. That's 7. 7. 6. All from the same date code. Got 10. Boom. And we're going to have to kick up 1 box size. And 1. I don't want to smush them in there too much for this guy. Oh, well. That ain't too bad. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go up. I put them in this one if it's going to be a little bit better. I also don't want to have to pad it. Let's check the price difference. Do I smush his shirts to save $1 or 2? Probably 7 pounds. Didn't get into dimensional. That. Oh, I do get into dimensional. Really? By about $1. I don't know. Save $1 and smush his shirts. I mean, they're only shirt. All right, that works better than I thought it would, actually. Let's just do it. It'll work. It'll play. throw a packing slip in. Same tracking for all of them. Always a buy. I do this buyout with these guys every year. And every year, I'm grateful, but man, it's just a lot of work on these guys. It's a lot like the retail arbitrage world. I'd honestly rather just be buying books for $5 and selling them for 80. All right. Just going to pack it right here. Well, by 10 by 8. We're looking at 7 pounds. We'll win a little bit on the shipping. He bought 5 shirts. $18.95 is what I'll charge him. I got to kick back a little bit across the orders. And come ahead a little. Math there. 5 back on you. Beautiful. Label out. Virginia. All right. I don't want to actually pull up that last order. I'm going to do that last order tomorrow. I did sell during the stream. We sold a book for $67. But we'll wait for tomorrow on that guy. It was a daily missile. So that'll just help me get out of here a little bit sooner. I want to get to the post office with these. And then I got a few other tasks I got to complete around here today. So hopefully things are great for you. Hopefully you have some good sales going on for you. It's still been pretty good over here. Please, if you're new to the channel and you want to scroll down, or maybe you're not, maybe you've already been chiming in, maybe you've already been in the replays, hit that button that says subscribe. It really does help push the content to more people. It helps push more to you, that you're going to find more of the same. Put the thumbs up for the like. That also helps me in the algorithm for other people looking for content that is like this. So we're going to get out of here today. We're going to get to the post office. Hopefully you guys have a beautiful